So you've decided you want to go Hotshot Trucking. Here's where you start. This is going to be a step-by-step guide. Follow along, write down the notes. I'll make sure to put it in the comments and whatnot. But the first thing on the list, number one thing, that after you made the decision you want to go hotshotting, go online and go to LegalZoom or go do it yourself, either or. Doing it yourself is a little cheaper. Open an LLC in your state. That's the first thing you have to do. The reason being is because, first of all, by opening an LLC, you need a business to get paid. No matter what you do, whether you're a driver, owner, operator, or you want to open your own company, you're going to need a company. So you got to start there. So you open your own business. The second thing, get a tax ID number. This is also called an EIN, employer identification number. That's the same thing. This is basically a social security number, but for your business. That's how you can think about it. So get your tax ID. This means that you will now be able to get paid. Your business can now take checks and other payments. Once you have your LLC and your tax ID number, you can take those two things, go to the bank and get a bank account. Now you can get paid, right? So you have a check, and now you have an account to put that check into. So this is the first thing out of the gate that everyone should go do. Get an LLC, get a tax ID number, and go open your bank account. Now, when you open your bank account, put down your initial deposit. Whatever that is, that big, like 5, 10, 12, 15 grand, whatever it is, put down that money in there. And this way, moving forward, any kind of business expenses, use the debit card that's attached to that account. It'll keep your paperwork much, much easier. And the first thing that you should go buy with that money is go get a DOT physical. And by getting a DOT physical, they issue your medical card. This means you're qualified to drive. That's the first thing you got to go do. Go slide that debit card for a DOT physical. Get your CDL. Now, you're healthy enough to drive, and now you can drive. The next thing you need is an MVR, motor vehicle report. You need to know how bad, if your record is perfect and you have nothing on it, maybe save the $13, but still it's not that, like, it's 13, 15, 20 bucks, something right around there. It's not too bad, but it's good to know that your record is perfect, or your record has this and this, because they ask you when you apply for insurance, they ask you, hey, what do you got on there? Moving on, TWIC obviously it's called TWIC because it's the Transportation Workers Identification Credential. You want to get that, and then you want to get your passport just in case. That's a second form of ID. It's not a bad thing to have in the truck, but the TWIC also means that you pass a background check. That's how you get issued it. So that means if you're gonna go, like, move down the road, if you go lease on, then they'll know that at least you have a clear background. If you open your own company, then it's really good to have, because you can be on ports, you can get on some military bases. So it's a really good piece of identification to have for the initial startup, right? That's about it. This is all you need. So let's go through those. You need 1, LLC. 2, tax ID. 3, business bank account. 4, DOT physical that gets you your medical card. 5, get your CDL. 6, motor vehicle report. 7, TWIC card and passport. We could call number 7 like identification, whatever. That's about it, okay? So now you're ready to go to the next big step. And the next big step is to haul freight in the United States. You need 2 things. The 2 things that you need to haul freight in the United States is 1, permission from the federal and state governments. 2, you need equipment. Okay. Now let's break those down a little bit. So this is your step-by-step, guys. Do those 7 things and then move on to these things, okay? Let's break down the first one. Permission from the government, from the state and federal government. Permission from the state government comes in the form of applying and being issued a United States Department of Transportation number, and permission from the federal government to haul freight in the United States comes in the form of applying and being issued a motor carrier number. Also, each of those has a ton of requirements that need to be met in order to be active or to be able to haul loads continually. You can fulfill or meet the federal and state government's requirements one of 2 ways. You can have your own company, or you could have the permission of a different company that already got its USDOT and MC number. Option number 1 is get your own numbers. So that LLC that you opened up earlier, you would get a DOT number for your state, of wherever your state is, and then you would get an MC number for that LLC that you opened up earlier. And that is that is a more difficult route to go to. Very few people should be doing that just because it's a lot of work. The easier alternative is to use, with the permission of the company, to use their DOT number and MC number. How can you use somebody's DOT number with permission? It's called leasing on. So they lease your truck, and because they're leasing your truck, they can put their numbers on your truck. Okay, does that make sense, guys? So you can either, I'll just repeat it just so we're crystal clear. You need the USDOT and the MC number on the side of your truck. You can achieve that one of two ways. By getting your own and going through the entire paperwork process of getting your own for the LLC that you opened in the first step. Or you could lease on to someone else's authority. That's the much easier option. But they charge for that. Most companies will charge you for that. That was one of the first thing that you need to haul freight in the United States. The second thing is equipment. The equipment is pretty self-explanatory. Whatever truck and trailer you want to get. If you want to get a non-CDL hotshot, then get a single rear wheel pickup with a single tandem 7,000 pound axles, and make sure you're rated below 26,001 pound. Below that, you can be at exactly at 26,000 if you want. If you want a CDL hotshot, just make sure your dually pickup truck can pull your dually tandem trailer. Boom, there you go, done. And if you want to get a semi, you can go get a used semi. That's totally fine too, depending on what kind of trailer you want. Dry van, reefer, or flatbed, or maybe specialized like RGN. Totally fine. So then equipment is really, really simple. And I'm going to link the video number 2 in my playlist. Everything you need to hotshot. I'm going to link that video because then there's a ton of equipment requirements too. If you do all these things, get your LLC, get your tax ID, open a business account, get a DOT physical and medical card, get a CDL, get an MVR, get a TWIC and a passport, and then you get the permission from the government and you get some kind of equipment, be able to rock and roll. This is just like in what order you should start. This is how it goes. For the complete new guy, this is what you need to do. Now, I wanna make it clear. Getting permission from the federal and state governments is really easy to say. Get your own MC number and get your own DOT number is really easy to say. Now, all of the things under those is what I will be talking about in later videos, but it's actually part 3. There you go. So permission from the federal and state governments is part 3 in the playlist, and equipment is part 2. But the permission should come first. If they say no, you can't open your MC number and you already have a truck payment, you kind of messed up there, bro. Be smart, you guys. This is no joke. Now, most of the time people do them simultaneously. They get their MC and like the next day they go buy a truck, and that's totally fine. You know what I mean? You guys, this is the way you need to do it, okay? So just write it down. Make sure you this is a really, really good way to start. But I want to stress the fact that 9 steps, that's how you get into hotshotting. You guys, let me know what you think about this video. I know I've been asked several times, hey, thank you so much. You know, people watch the playlist, but they're like, where do I start? Where do I begin? What do I do first? This is the order that you should do it in. Let me know what you guys think. I want to hear from you guys. If you guys like this video, hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Peace.